Welcome back to the channel for yet another brand new drone, and this one's from Holy Stone, and it is a 720R. Now I'm looking forward to testing this because I just got done testing a 360S model. You really should go check that one out if you're interested in an entry-level drone, because the performance of it was really surprising. So make sure you go take a look if you haven't seen that one already. Now in the package it does come with the drone, the remote, one battery, and a spare set of props. So we're gonna have to be really methodical in the testing here because we've got a one and done with the battery. And the battery takes a couple hours, I think, to charge. So I'll do the best I can to test out the functions on this with that single battery. Now the flight characteristics are also improved. It has a 2-mile transmission range, none of this couple hundred feet stuff. It has optical flow sensors on the bottom, which is something that the 360S we tested did not have. So the stability up and down should be greatly improved, and the landing should be nice and soft. It also does have smart functions built in, like we hope. Does have like a follow me, point of interest, time lapse, which is kind of cool. You don't usually see that in the Holy Stone drones. One last thing before we go up for a flight that I wanted to mention. One thing that they did with this, which is again something that you usually see in higher end professional drones, is they removed the altitude limit of 400 feet. Usually that's built in, you can't adjust it. This one, there's actually a slider to allow you to go up to 1,640 feet. Now, you cannot go up to 1,640 feet if you're a hobbyist here in the United States. You just can't. Again, that video that I talked about up here will explain when you can go up higher than 400 feet. And as a 107 pilot, I do that quite often. There are situations where that's allowed and it's just plain necessary based on the mission you're doing. So that, again, that is something that is really nice that they did in this drone. Let's take it for a quick flight and see how it does. Let's go ahead to the Wi-Fi. So you're going to want to connect to the Wi-Fi, which is broadcasting from this remote right now. And there's our Holy Stone. We're going to want to connect to that. So make sure you set that to auto reconnect, because you don't want to go out a little ways and just lose signal for some odd reason and then it doesn't reconnect. So make sure you turn the auto reconnect on. So here's a pro tip for you as well. I almost always fly in airplane mode. So I turn airplane mode on and then I just turn the Wi-Fi back on, but all the other signals, the cell signal, all my emails, all that stuff that's popping up is restricted from popping up. And I only get my Wi-Fi communication, which is better because I hear a lot of people when they have disconnects or breakup, things like that, and they have everything and their Facebook is popping up and their email and they have their cell phone on and they're playing videos. Well, this is one of the things you want to do to help that. Just have your Wi-Fi on, connected to the drone, and that's all. Airplane mode after that. All right, and we do have a video signal here. Now we are going to calibrate first, and the way we do that is we're going to put both sticks down and to the right. And once we do that, it will show us that we need to rotate the drone horizontally. We're going to do that till we get a beep. And now we're going to do vertical until we get that same beep. There we go. All right, so we are calibrated there. Let's go ahead and drop this in. Now right away I can tell you that the quality of this part is nowhere near what the HS720R was, but let's hope the technology inside is a great improvement. Click the little lock button, that will start our props turning, and then we can take off from there. Now after sitting here for a little bit, the wind is blowing this around and we are getting some circling, which I don't like. It's not bad, but again, this is obviously not the same precision GPS that they have in the HS720R. So I haven't done anything here. It's just kind of calmed down by itself and it has stopped rotating. So for right now, this is quite good. But I didn't like that little bit of rotate right away. It shouldn't have done that rotate, but again, maybe it just caught up with itself and would be good. So I'll keep an eye on that for sure. Now something I can see here as we're moving, that the tilt in the horizon here, it seems to be pretty clean. I don't see it wavering back and forth. So that's really quite nice as well, that the horizon tilt, the gimbal is doing a good job leveling. Now you tell me what you think of the video here. I can see it in a small screen, but you'll be seeing it on a big screen. So let me know what you think of the video quality coming out of this drone. I'm using the gimbal roll as well, and it is very smooth, very nice. I always like to go by this pond. It's just a nice little point of interest to see what it looks like when we're trying to do a cinematic move here. I'm in the medium mode now. I'm not in the low cinematic mode, but I'm not in the high mode either. and I'm flying directly into this 10-mile-an-hour wind. I'm going to try to do a manual orbit here just to see what happens. Okay, now I am not touching the remote, and I am getting some rotation. You can see here, I am not doing this. There is no movement of the sticks whatsoever. So we are getting a rotation in the sky, which is a little bothersome. So I am going to kind of come back towards me here. Going to give us a little spin. But yeah, I am not moving the sticks, but that is not really very good. I'm kind of disappointed in that, to be honest. Coming off the 360S, which has a precision GPS, this one rotating is not something that I was hoping for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a return to home and get away from this because I don't like that rotation. It shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and see what the return to home does. Okay, and there comes our return to home. I can hear it coming here. It's doing a return to home while it's circling, so I don't know if it's even going to come home or not, to be honest. Okay, so you can see where it landed right out here. We left a nice little dust pile, which I hated to do, but you can't even see where the pad is compared to where the drone is. It's probably a solid 20 feet away here. So this one obviously does not have precision GPS, so that's a little disappointing. It did fly. Let's go ahead and do a couple of the quick functions and end this video out. And just to give it the benefit of doubt, I am going to do a calibration again, just to see if that makes a difference, but we shouldn't have to do that. But I will do it just to make sure. So again, down and to the right, calibration mode, and we're going to do that. Okay, and vertical. Have to wipe some of the dust off from the field. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, and take off. So right now the wind has died down a little bit, and boy, it sure seems really stable now again. So maybe it was just a bad calibration, but oh, now here it goes. Kind of starting its clockwise rotation again. So that's inherent to this. So that unfortunately Holy Stone is going to have to fix. Yep, no, that's not too exciting here. Again, I am not touching the sticks. I'm not touching the sticks at all here. Now I have to. Okay, so I had to manually land the drone. It was after the second calibration was indeed circling, and it would have eventually crashed had I let it go. It was just going out of control. So unfortunately, I can't go any further. I didn't do any of the smart functions because I was afraid it would just go out of control and run into something, which is, that's no fun doing that. There's no sense doing that and just showing it crashing. Although you might enjoy it crashing, it's not enjoyable for me to review something and it's just not controllable. So with that, I'm going to try it without this mic just to make sure that I'm not causing some kind of an interference. Okay, so we did give it a try, and you know, it seemed like the images and stuff were pretty good. So I was hoping for a little better GPS signal than that, but unfortunately it kind of is what it is. But it's possible, you know, that I just got a bad unit and maybe the rest of them will be just fine. That's the problem. You only have a sample of one. It's tough to know for sure if it's something that's systemic with the whole model, or if it's something that's just this particular one and nobody else will have this problem. So that is possible. Of course, I do hear that Holy Stone has great support. So if you do get a model that does something goofy and it's just not what you expected, reach out to them because I know they're very eager to help and they want to help pilots. So you know, you have to give them credit for that. So if this type of review is useful to you in any way and that you see my honest feedback on a product, feel free, click that like button. I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do, because I do a lot of drone reviews and I'll give you my honest opinion. So always appreciate it if you click that subscribe as well. So with that, appreciate your time. Until next time and next video, good flying.